Good morning, Europe. You are watching Europe Today. In this article, we will talk about Germany, whose labor market is shrinking faster amid far-right and far-left political debate. Germany must attract hundreds of thousands of immigrants annually to mitigate the effects of an aging population on its labor force, according to a report by the Bertelsmann Stiftung. This report underscores the critical role of immigration in sustaining the economy amidst demographic shifts. Despite recent reforms to labor migration law, Germany is still facing a severe deficit in skilled workers. A new study has found that this will have to be filled by immigrants. Germany's workforce could shrink by 10% by 2040 without substantial immigration, according to a study commissioned by the Bertelsmann Foundation. The study found that, without an influx of around 288,000 skilled foreign workers per year, the size of the German workforce could drop from around 46.4 million currently to 41.9 million in 2040. By 2060, it could drop as low as 35.1 million. Germany's aging population is set to retire in large numbers in the coming years, with the baby boomer generation exiting the workforce. This shift could result in a substantial reduction in the country's labor pool, leading to slower economic growth if countermeasures aren't implemented. Schultz said that Germany's domestic potential needs to be further developed and increased, but also that this demographic shift demands immigration. Demographic change will pose major challenges for the labor market in the coming years, with the retirement of the baby boomers. Immigration is essential to meet future labor demand, even as domestic workforce participation is maximized. A second projection model based on more pessimistic data calculated that as many as 368,000 immigrant workers could be required annually until 2040, dropping to 270,000 per year after that until 2060. With labor migration currently lagging below required levels, Schultz said that barriers needed to be removed and conditions for immigrants improved. Germany's labor migration laws were reformed in 2023 to make it easier and more attractive for qualified foreign workers to take up positions in Germany, with Interior Minister Nancy Faeser promising the most modern immigration law in the world. Releasing its new study, however, the Bertelsmann Foundation said, those foreign workers wouldn't come without a more welcoming culture throughout local authorities and businesses, and without the perspective of staying long-term. One example cited by Germany's DPA news agency offers food for thought. The outlet quoted a Syrian refugee who fled the civil war in his native country in 2016, aged 21, before graduating from universities in Western Germany with bachelor's and master's degrees. Now an IT specialist trained in Germany, he is moving to Switzerland. He said, "I gave my very best here in order to be considered an equal, but I felt discrimination and rejection," he said, recounting denigration in social circles and part-time work while waiting for an acceptable job offer which never came. "I want to be treated as an equal," he said. "But I'm not going to beg for it." For Bertelsmann's Schultz, the case is unfortunately not an anomaly. Germany can't afford that and must become more attractive. While the study emphasizes immigration as a crucial factor, it also calls for efforts to better integrate existing immigrants and encourage higher workforce participation among women and older individuals already in Germany. However, these measures alone may not suffice to address labor shortages. Germany's economic stability and growth prospects hinge on its ability to attract and retain foreign workers. The debate on how to achieve this while managing social and political tensions is likely to dominate policy discussions in the coming months. According to the analysis, the effect of a shrinking workforce and the need for greater immigration to plug the gaps would be felt differently across Germany. While the average 10% contraction would likely apply to the country's most populous state, North Rhine-Westphalia, demographically weaker states such as Thuringia and Saxony-Anhalt in the former East Germany, and the small state of Saarland on the French border would be even harder hit. Even traditionally well-off southern regions like Bavaria and Baden-Württemberg wouldn't be completely unscathed. Major cities like Hamburg and Berlin, which already benefit from high levels of immigration, would be less negatively impacted, according to the study. The aging population is another critical factor driving immigration needs. By 2040, the proportion of Germans aged 65 or older will rise from 22% in 2020 to nearly 28%. Ralph Heck, chairman of the Bertelsmann Stiftung Executive Board, said, "Despite all the regional differences, the increasing aging of German society will be evident in almost all of the country's communities. Targeted strategies are needed now to build infrastructure suitable for older generations and to overcome the resulting economic challenges." The findings arrive amid heightened political debates on migration, with Germany heading for snap elections early next year. Political parties, particularly those on the far right and far left, have gained traction by advocating for stricter immigration controls in response to recent refugee surges. Thanks for watching Europe Today.